Welcome back to my channel where I talk about fashion and wellness. Thank you for joining me. Clink, clink, clink! My name's Its Zoe, but you can call me Zoe. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I upload, and like and comment. Luxuriate is a channel where we get super bougie. Today I'm going to be recreating Rihanna's Fenty anniversary dress. Now you can be a good girl gone fabulous. Why, you say? Because when I was in fashion school, I got sponsored by a fabric company called Tironi, but I overestimated how much fabric I would actually need to finish the collection, and now I'm stuck with 7 rolls of fabric and even more rolls which I collated over the last 2 years, and I haven't done anything with it. I might be a low-key hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. Who said that? It's getting out of hand. I made things worse by checking the Tironi website to see how much the fabric actually is, and I realised I can't afford to replace it if I mess things up. One of the fabric rolls happens to be the exact same colour as Rihanna's pink Fenty dress, so I'm going to recreate it today for you. You can follow along if you so wish. This dress ranks 1000 on the bougie scale. I love the ruffles. It has a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain panache. If you wear this Rihanna dress, you will look like a firebomb. I need to stop. I love anything that's romantic and super feminine. Let's get started. For this dress, you will need a measuring tape, pins, a pair of scissors, a ruler, a sewing machine, an iron, an ironing board, and also a decent chair to sit on, which doesn't have a hole in it. So you start off by draping on the mannequin. You can drape on a mannequin or on a person. Obviously don't stick it to your skin. You will need to wear an undergarment for this. And drape the shape as you go along. It's easier to do this because you can see how it looks in real time without putting it flat on the floor, and you'll take this off eventually to use as a template for the outfit. Pattern making is basically creating the template shapes for each panel of the garment or outfit you're trying to make. So you can easily do this at home. Continue draping until you're happy with what it looks like, and you're also going to make sure that both sides of the front panel are similar. Now turn your mannequin around and start working on the train. There's a small to medium length train for this dress. You can drape half of it and make sure that you're happy with it, and then mirror the other half so both sides of the back panels are exactly the same. After this, grab a ruler and add 1 centimetre seam allowance all the way around each pattern piece. You'll need this so you can sew your garment together without it being too small. Next time, vote for something that's orange, like an orange dress or light orange. I mean, here's the colour of the fabric here. I have silk file in like a peachy light orange colour as well, so that could be cool. If you want me to create an original design, I'm also open to that as well. If you don't have a thick, juicy behind like Rihanna, fear not. To remedy this, all you need to do is eat a Big Mac every day for the next 2 months, and that will sort you right out. The next day, I decided to wear a crop top and an orange midi skirt from, of course, And Other Stories. Now lay your pattern pieces flat on your fabric and pin them down. I suggest that you iron the fabric flat first before doing this. take a nice break to make yourself a lovely meal, nice and nutritious. You don't want to run out of energy halfway through making this. Now pin your pattern pieces together. It's really important to do this so the seams match perfectly and you don't end up with 1 centimetre or an inch overhang after you sew it together. When you start sewing, you're making a permanent commitment and it can leave really obvious holes if you have to unpick your dress afterwards. This fabric is really bad for unpicking, it's very unforgiving. Kind of like that film Avatar, The Last Airbender. Now it's time to make the ruffles. Set your sewing machine on the widest stitch setting and you'll pull the string inwards to create the ruffles. Now do a little dance with your dress and make sure that you try it on as you go along to ensure that it fits you perfectly. It needs to be quite fitted so the ruffles will stand up. All you need to do now is sew in the zip and you will be finished. Take your time when you sew the zip in. I also had some spare fabric left over, so I decided to make a cocktail dress out of the remains. I added some light pink fabric for the bottom because I had some lying around, of course. Now here's the finished cocktail dress. I almost killed myself in the process of doing this. Professionals only. Is it just me, or does anybody else think that this dress looks like a jellyfish? The bottom bit's really kind of flowy, like a jellyfish in the ocean. Here's the finished result. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love how dramatic the ruffles look. The only thing I would say about this dress is that it's quite hard to walk with the long trail. Rihanna has an army of personal assistants and stylists with her to adjust her train as she walks around. We only have ourselves, so I had to adjust the train continuously as I walked around in it. Strike your best pose. Maybe keep booty shaking to a minimum because it will rip the dress. Strike your best smiles. Like Tyra Banks used to say, smiles. I'm guessing that's when you close your mouth and you do. As you can tell, I'm an expert in smizing. Time for a fashion montage. Now you look like a fashion killer. I don't know what accent that was meant to be, but we'll just go with it. I always suggest only wear 2 pieces of jewellery. We don't want to look like a Christmas tree, and I think that's standard practice for red carpet dresses. You'll notice that most people will have just 2 pieces of jewellery, nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't need to be expensive because, you know, we're broke, innit? Let me know in the comments below, what would you rate this dress out of 10? I personally would give it an 8 this time. I think that, you know, if I had an overlocker machine, I'd probably finish off the edges of the ruffles better. Not that everyone would really notice that anyway, but I think this went very well. If you're wondering, I'm wearing Sleek in the colour Smother, and also MAC makeup. I'm a massive fan of Style Nanda's makeup brand. Style Nanda, you know, wow. You like Style Nanda? Yeah, I like Style Nanda. I really like Style Nanda's Overtake makeup palette. As you can tell, I've smashed up a few of those, so we'll just ignore that. But I really love how it looks on my skin. It's really good for darker skin tones. I've got like the orange and the slightly glittery shade on my lids, and I also am using it as like a highlight in my tear duct. You can't really tell, but it's very natural looking. I'm not a big makeup wearer, to be fair, so anything that gives me kind of subtle glamour without being too much is definitely up my alley. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Tune in every Tuesday and every Sunday for more fashion related videos. I'm probably going to do reviews, critiques, and also self-care Sundays. Send in your questions below. If you have any questions about fashion, styling, skincare, wellness, or even more general things like relationships or financial wellness, let me know in the comments below and we can have a nice chat next Sunday. I also have an Instagram page, so follow me on Instagram for daily fashion posts as well. Stay bougie, guys. See you in the next video. Enjoy yourselves.